Hello, hello, everybody. Hi, it's 5 o'clock. It's time for some transformation talk. How's everybody doing today? This is going to be a show about you. Do you like that? We're going to look into that magic mirror today and we're going to really love ourselves today. So, if you're ready to love yourself, you're in the right place. And if you want to share this out for a moment and let other people know that we're here. I would love for you to do that. I shared some before the show began, so I see some of you that I had sent the message to are jumping on here. And hello, hi Deidre. Hello, Sherry Williams Jenkins. I'm glad you found it, honey. And who else is here? Daniela, Robert Dosa, Regina, Maria De La O, and who else? Astrid, my friend. Hello, hello. Peggy Sue, Ruth Bradford, Beth Price. Thank you all for coming on today. Thank you for being here. You know, this is the third week of doing my transformation talks. And I heard from many of you that you're really benefiting from this, that it's really helping you every day. And that's why I'm here. That's why I do this. So that's why you're here, right? You're here because you recognize that transformation that you're undergoing, that the change that happens every day. You know, I tell you, I'm not the same person I was yesterday, and I won't be the same person I am tomorrow, if there is a tomorrow. And that's true for all of us. We're constantly changing. We had a really good show yesterday about criticism. And so while we're talking about mirror work today, we're going to be looking at that, the fact that what we see in other people is actually what's in us, because I am you and you are me. We are all the same. We're all part of the great oneness that is. So I'm glad you're here with me today. And let's start talking. Hello, Emily Watts. Oh my goodness, it's so good to see you here. Emily is getting ready to move across the country. And Emily, I'm so happy for you and your family. And I hope that's a really good move for you. I know it will be. Hi, Michael Warren and Catherine. Glad that you're with us. And Angie Pinder. Oh my goodness, girl, I haven't seen you on here in a while. So thank you for jumping on. All right, let's talk about criticism and judgment, because what happens when we look in the mirror, what do? What's the first thing we do when we look in that mirror? We begin to pick ourselves apart, don't we? It's like, ooh, look at that. Oh my gosh, look at my hair. It just doesn't look right today. Oh, wow, I really need to do some work here. That's the first thing we do. It's human. It's our ego part of us that does that. But what if we could turn that around? What if we could turn that into, wow, you're so beautiful. I really love you. I love you. If we could do that every time we look in a mirror, what a difference that would make in our subconscious mind, in our conscious actions and thoughts, and the way we treat other people, because it has to start in here. The feeling of love has to begin inside of us. We can't give away anything that we don't already have. We can't give love to another person if we don't feel it inside of us first. Do we all get that? Understand how that works? And that's huge when we're going through transformation. It's huge because we have to acknowledge that fact. We have to put ourselves first. We have to be priority. I want to say hello to those jumping in here. Hi, Lillian and Melissa. And Margaret Ellen, my darling friend from across the big pond. Chris Kennedy, hello, my friend. Good to see you on here. Sean, hello. And Steve, welcome to all of you. Every day I come on here at 5 o'clock and I talk about transformation. And today we're talking about how we can better feel our worth, our self-worth, and raise our self-esteem when we look in the mirror. When we look in the mirror and we don't just look at this. We don't look at the physical. We look at what's there. We look deep into our eyes, and that's uncomfortable for a lot of people. How many of you? Let's have a show of hands here. And the show of hands would be you're either going to do a thumbs up or a like or heart or whatever you want to do. How many of you have a problem when you're looking in the mirror, really looking deep in your eyes? Like I said, we're usually so focused on everything else about us, right? We're looking and being critical of ourselves. But if we look deep into our eyes, what happens? And what happens is we really see who we are. We see us. We don't just see that physical, that's the human shell. When we look deep inside of us, we see what's in there. And sometimes we don't like what we see. And that's where the transformation comes in, to change and shift our subconscious beliefs of, why don't I like me? What is it there that I'm having a difficulty with? We talked about that yesterday. When we see something in another person that pushes a button, and all of a sudden we're like, backing away, or being critical, or being judgmental. There's something in there that's causing that reaction. There's something that says, ooh, why don't I like this? What emotion is coming up that's making me have this reaction? So as humans, it's in our nature, it's in our egos to look at somebody that's different from us. Maybe the skin color is different. Maybe the nationality, the words that they're speaking, the language, maybe that's different from what you speak. So automatically our mind starts categorizing this. And it's like, oh, I don't know that. I'm not familiar with that. So we can either get very curious about it and want to know more about that person and about their language, or we can say, I don't resonate with this at all, so I'm just going to back away from that. And that's not somebody I want to have around me. So we do that. We categorize. We put things in files inside of our mind. So here's the deal. What if, when you see someone, you think about how they are you? How is that person me? And yes, exactly, Maria de la O, a disability, an accent, etc., all of those things. But what if we turned it around? And what if we said, I am that person, so let me get to see what it is that I'm noticing about them that I'm having a hard time with. Instead of judging right away, what if I look at that person and I say, I love you, you are perfect? What if we did that? What do you all think would happen if we started doing that right off the bat? As soon as we see somebody, I love you, you are perfect. What would that do? That would come out before we have a chance to categorize, before we have that chance to say, oh, that's so different. I don't understand this. I don't resonate with this. But instead, coming from your heart space, if you said, I love you, you're perfect, there's no room for judgment in there, is there? That leaves no room for criticizing, no room for putting a label on somebody. And yes, Lillian Howard, I am you and you are me, and together we create unity. I love that. Thank you. Thank you for that comment. So if we were able to do that, and it's a learned thing, you all know, all of you probably heard, it takes 21 days to really create a habit in your life. So starting today, this can be day one, whenever you're encountering other people, whether it's a family member, a friend, a stranger on the street, your cashier at the grocery store, what if you looked at that person and you said, and you don't have to say it out loud, you can say it inside. Use your inside voice. You can say, I love you, you are perfect. Before anything else kicks in, just do it immediately when your eyes fall on that person. I love you, you are perfect. And that just erases any barriers, that erases any criticisms, any judgments at all. It doesn't give room for that because love is an unconditional thing. So if you're looking at that person unconditionally and saying, I love you, you're perfect because they are. If we all are. We're all perfect. Our human bodies aren't perfect, but our spirits are because we were created that way. So looking at somebody and saying, I love you, you are perfect, it diminishes any thoughts about if if we know them, if we don't know them, it diminishes any of the negative thoughts that might pop up that from categorizing or labeling that person. Okay, we got Mark Phillips jumping in, and Linda Lemieux, Diane Beiersdorfer, and Karen Rogowski. Thank you all for being here. And I saw a comment by Margaret. I wanted to see what that was. She says, Maria. Many people are afraid of the unknown and decide to be ignorant. Yeah, that's true, Maria. But what we're doing here on Transformation Talk is learning how to turn away from that, learning how to really love ourselves. And in the process, we're going to share that love out with others. So y'all ready to do some mirror work? Oh, one more thing. Well, we'll do the mirror work and then I'll share with you what I want you to do. So we have a wonderful mirror here. This is the magic mirror. This is the mirror that you're going to look into. So just envision that you're looking into a mirror, and I want you to say, and you can say it out loud or you can say it to yourself, life loves me. Life loves me. And that statement is unconditional. Maybe you don't believe it yet. Maybe you're having a hard time accepting it. But I want you to just do this anyway. Look into the mirror and just say, life loves me. Now take a big breath in. We've done this before. Take the deep breath in and hold it. And exhale. Now see what you're feeling. Do that a couple of times. Breathe in. Life loves me. And breathe out. And what are you feeling? Life loves me. Exhale. Pay attention to what feelings are coming up. What's happening right now as you hear those words, as you say those words? What feelings are coming up for you? Life loves me. And now I want you to inhale again. Oops, there went my mouse. Inhale again. I am willing to let life love me today. I am willing to let life love me today. Take a deep breath in and exhale and see what that feels like. What feelings are coming up for you now? Inhale again. I am willing to let life love me today. Now inhale again. I am willing to let love into my life right now. As you look into your mirror, I am willing to let love into my life right now. Breathe it in. And when you exhale, see what you're feeling. See what feelings are coming up for you. And then the last one, I love myself. Inhale it and then let that breath out. I love myself. Okay. What happened? What were your feelings? What came up for you? Was there anything that happened as you were saying those words or hearing me say the words and looking into your mirror, whether there was one there or not? What came up for you? Feeling peaceful. Thank you, Maria. I'm going to get my mouse off the floor. I knocked it over. Oh, thank you, Jenny. I do love myself. I love that. Margaret Ellen got the shivers. Maria de la O, I love myself. Christine, I am willing to let love enter my life now. That's a choice. Do you see that? We choose to let love into our life. We choose to see ourselves as being loved by the universe. Okay? We choose that. And if we can look in the mirror and say, I love myself and I'm so loved by the universe, and I'm willing to let that love happen in my life, then we can look at others that way. Because remember what I said at the beginning? We can't give what we don't have. If we don't have that love inside, we can't share it outside to others. So how did you all feel about that exercise? That's something you can do over and over. If you do it every day, you're going to find a real difference in what you're feeling about yourself. You'll find a difference in your self-worth and your self-esteem, because those words are going right into your self-conscious, especially if you're looking in the mirror and you're really looking deep into your eyes and saying these words. And I know people were typing them out. So if you need that reminder of what they are, then you can just go look at the comment section in this video, or you can rewatch the video. And I want you to know that I am putting all these videos every day. I'm putting them on YouTube on my channel, Angelspeakers. And you can just go and catch any of them that you haven't seen, because there's been some pretty heavy topics and some pretty intense discussions on here already. I can love you to the capacity I love myself. Oh, Lillian, thank you. Thank you for that comment. That is so true. So true. Many of us don't have that issue of loving ourselves, right? And saying I love you and really meaning it, really feeling it. That's why I asked you what feelings came up as you were hearing these words, looking into the mirror and saying, life loves me. Maybe we don't believe that. Maybe you're going through a hard time. Maybe there's things in your life that you're going, my gosh, I wish things would change. I wish my life was different. You know, I coach so many people that come to me with that very statement. You know, some of them are even go further. I hate my life. Okay. But it all has to do with how we're feeling inside and allowing love in and forgiveness. I saw somebody, Angel Divine, thank you for being here. I forgive and love myself and others. Yes. I love myself through my heart and soul. Awesome. So one thing, if you want to take this a bit further, one thing you can do is go to a public place. You can go to a supermarket, a Walmart. I don't suggest going to Walmart, but wherever there's a lot of people is the point I'm trying to make. Go where there's a lot of people in a public place and just look at the people that you see there and say to them, I love you. You are perfect. And when you do that, it doesn't matter what that person looks like. It doesn't matter their nationality, their disability, their demeanor, the clothes they're wearing, you know, all of those things that we like have those little files for and categorize, right? When we judge people, it doesn't matter what any of that is. If you look at them and the very first thing that comes to your mind is, I love you. You are perfect. This exercise will be huge for you if you do that. I've done it before. I've sat in my car in a parking lot and watch as people come out the door from the building, and I just send them love. I just sit there and say, I love you. You are perfect. And what happens is I can visibly see that person feeling the energy that surrounds them, because whatever we're feeling inside, that energy goes out from us. It really does. Our frequency that we're at is affecting those around us. It's affecting the whole planet, as a matter of fact. Exactly, Maria. Thank you. The cover doesn't matter, does it? Whatever that person is looking like or acting like, it doesn't matter, because that is a spirit being walking around in a human body. So if we can remember that, and the very first thing that comes to our mind is, I love you, you are perfect, then that's going to send out that energy to that person. Lilia, go out and wait for someone to approach me. I love that. I love that. And that happens to me, Lillian, when I go into grocery stores or into a department store. I go in and I have a smile on my face because that's just how I am. And I see that people come to me and I'm like, wow, that's pretty cool. And I have cards. I have gratitude cards that I give out, as well as the I love you, pass it on cards. I take these cards, I keep them with me in my purse. So I either give them an I love you, pass it on, or I give them another card that I have made up. I don't have one right here with me, but it says, I'm grateful for you. Who are you grateful for? And when I give them these cards, there's always that look on their face, like, what do you want? And then they read the card. And then it's a totally different look, because I don't want anything from them other than to show them that I acknowledge them and that they're important to me and they're important in the world. So that's the whole thing. As long as we can send out love through our essence, or hand out a card, or just smile, make eye contact and smile at these people that you meet. They're only friends that you haven't met yet. Just think of it that way. They're just friends I haven't met. So when you smile at them and you look them in the eye, this is the important part. Look them in the eye. Just like when you look in the mirror and you look at yourself in the eyes in the mirror and you say, I love you. Life loves me. I love myself. Do the same thing with those strangers that will be your friends, and look them in the eye. Smile at them. Hand them one of the cards if you have one. I have a bunch of my cards made up that say, I'm grateful for you. Who are you grateful for? And I will have some available next weekend. I know, Maria, you're asking where I got them from. But if anybody wants some of my cards, just let me know, and I'll send them out to you, because it's so important to acknowledge other people. And this is one way that they can see, oh my gosh, somebody sees me. Don't we all want to be seen? Don't we all want other people to see us, that we're not invisible? We are a person. We do have feelings. We do matter in this world. And that's what the cards do. And that's what making eye contact and smiling at somebody does. The best thing you can do if you are walking down the street and there's somebody that's with their eyes down, that's a sign of low self-esteem. If they're just like constantly looking down, they're not looking at where they're going even, or any of the people around them. The best thing you can do is try to make eye contact with them and let them know you see them, because they're probably feeling pretty invisible. They're probably thinking they're not worthy to be seen. So making that eye contact and smiling, and maybe a warm word of encouragement, and just letting them know they're important. Christine, there are people that are grumpy even if you smile at them. That's okay, honey. That's all right. That's their path. And if they choose not to accept that love, maybe they're not ready for it yet. Just like a lot of people aren't ready to look themselves in the eyes in the mirror and say, I love you, or I love myself. So we can all make a difference in the world just by doing these little things. And in the world, that frequency then will be raised. But the most important thing is our frequency will be raised. Our self esteem will increase. Our sense of self worth will increase. Because when we give unconditionally to others, that boosts our self confidence. It boosts our morale, our respect for ourselves. And that is a huge part of our transformation. Okay, so it's time for the gizmo of the day. And those of you who are new to my show, I give just something every day that you can take with you. I call it a gizmo because that's another word for tool, and because I have a darling cat named Gizmo who usually is very vocal and lets everybody hear him and sometimes see him. So every day you get a gizmo. And today's gizmo is an affirmation. And the affirmation is, I exist in all things, and all things exist in me. Through my own true love, I awaken and evolve this one collective human body. We are a collective, and the more love we can pour into that collective, the more we're going to feel that love back at us. It bounces back to us. So I will type this in for you in the comment section. I keep these shows to a half hour because I respect my time and I respect your time. And I appreciate all of you for coming on. Yes, Maria, he is sound asleep right now. Guess he's been going through something lately. And I think it was because I went away for a week and I wasn't here, and now he's been letting me know that he's needy. So he's been demanding of a lot of my time. So please keep Gizzy in your prayers that he's going to perk back up and be his loving self again, because right now he's a little anxious. And I think too, it's, I've been feeling a little anxious with all the things that I'm preparing myself right now. I have an event coming up next week here in Fort Lauderdale. If there's anybody in South Florida or anybody wants to come to South Florida, next Saturday I have a full day event on Fort Lauderdale Beach. So just let me know if that's something you might be interested in doing. I love you all. I'll be back tomorrow at 5 o'clock. And remember, look in that mirror, smile really big, and say, I love you. Bye, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day or night, wherever you may be. Bye now.